So there's this misconception that trained survivalists or outdoorsmen can head off into the forest and forage for food and survive indefinitely, when the harsh reality is our human bodies are very ill adapted to process the forest around us. When it comes to long-term survival, the most efficient way is to harvest the animals that can process the forest for us. The fish, the birds, and of course the big game. Over the last few years, I've had great luck catching many a fish and eating plenty of meals, though when it comes to hunting, I have yet to harvest anything large. That's why I'm out here with my good buddy and mentor Clay Hayes. We have the Flintlock rifle, a rifled muzzleloader 50 cal rifle, and we're out here trying to hunt some white-tailed deer. Stoked to be out here, a little apprehensive. I'm in Idaho, got about a week ahead of us. We'll see. Let's get into it. Kicks him down here. Unit grills. Camera makes it look like it's a lot brighter than it is right now. But I can't see anything down my right side. So probably gonna start heading back to camp. Come back out first thing in the morning. This is an elk tongue from one of the harvests Clay did this year.
There's several different ways to prepare this. Most common is to boil it, to simmer it, and then you peel the skin off. If I get it just really hot and throw it on there, I think the skin will char, and I can just peel it off then. But it's really fatty. It's a great tasting piece of meat.
Looks like a slug.
It does look like a giant slug.
Flavor. Oh, it's tough, eh?
That's not tough. What are you talking about?
That was good. That was good.
When was you said that there was some rain or snow moving in? When did you say?
Saturday.
So a couple days?
Today's Wednesday?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple days. It looks like 80% chance. The rest of it's been like 30. Hovering around just above freezing.
Yeah.
All right, we're in business. It's about 6 a.m. We're just about to head out on day 2 of the Flintlock hunt 2024. So we just bumped one little doe that went up the hill. Just gonna kind of ease over here and see if we can find a vantage point, and then we're gonna stop and just wait and sit. Hopefully let them come to us. Oh yeah, right in that, like just below the ridge. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Okay. Meh. 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 That's too far. I mean, it's 100 yards, but if you want to try it, you can. It's okay. That's all right. There's more deer around. That's a big. Yeah, it's a long shot. It's a long way. Yeah. We'll have was exciting. They came within, down here at the bottom of this little gully here. They're about 50, 60, 70 yards. But we weren't in a good position. They started recognizing that we were here. Then they took off behind some trees. And then one came into sight, but it was over 100 yards, and that's outside my range. So, exciting stuff, but no shot yet.
I think if we get up here to where they were going, we can ease around this. And there's another little meadow up here with more roses in it. We can just ease up there and sit and maybe see those, maybe see more deer up here.
These are the rose hips that the deer are feeding on, so finding a nice area where there's lots of these is going to be our best bet of harvesting some game.
Look right there, tell me what you see.
Are you talking about the field or the big red bush?
That big red bush is an apple tree that is absolutely loaded with apples.
Okay, yeah. I was like, is that rose hips or is that apples?
No, so this is an old homestead. You saw the old truck back there, the old fence and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of times in the mountains like this, these little benches, they call them little flat spots, have old homesteads on them, and there's most of the time there's some sort of fruit tree there. That is awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping to find.
So Clay was pointing out this is an old homestead here, and they'd planted some apple trees, and the deer have been coming around every day and picking up all the apples off the ground. So we just went over there, shook up the tree a bit, made a little bit of a bait pile.
Hopefully something comes by today and we can shoot it. I get your sticks set up and everything.
Yes, sir.
That should be an easy shot if something comes to that tree. What the hell? I bet she smelled where we just went. We were just under there.
We were just there. That's exactly where we just were. We've been hanging out here for 2.5 hours, maybe. I'm getting cold. We're getting up. I'm gonna go walk around, see if we can see anything else. Come back here in a little bit.
Brush over here, like they're deer bedded in there right now, I'm sure of it.
Alright, we've been hanging out for like 2.5 hours, maybe 3. Had a little bonfire, but it's approaching sunset. We have like an hour and a half till sunset, so we're gonna go post up by an apple tree just over yonder. Hopefully get a look at another deer. There's an apple tree right here. There's an apple tree right here. And then there's one a little further over there. Lots of deer sign everywhere. Boo-boo. Footprints. You name it. Everything. It's a good spot.
So we just saw the first deer of the evening, but she ran towards us and ran past us here at about 150 yards or so. Something spooked her, I guess, but she was leaving town.
In a hurry.
In a hurry.
that field, about 200 yards, and then I don't know, it must have heard us. Scampered off. Must have heard me. Not Clay. It's impossible to hear Clay. He's deadly silent. Well, it's only like 10 minutes after 4, but the sun set 15 minutes ago, and it's too dark for me to see down the sights. So we're gonna call it. We're gonna start heading back, and then give it another go tomorrow.
These are elk ribs that Clay harvested earlier this year.
I think it's actually Teague's elk.
Oh, it's Teague's elk?
Both, I believe, on this.
Oh,
Just a
yeah.
rib cage off mine.
Look at that. Ah, thank you, Teague.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
That's delicious.
Good morning, everyone. It's day 3. We're heading back out bright and early, hopefully getting back to that first apple tree where we saw some deer yesterday, saw that one deer, and we're going to post up there for a little bit.
So we just had a doe right here that bumped up the hill, but she stopped at probably 80 yards away. There's just too much stuff, too much brush. So we'll just keep going.
Close, but I wouldn't have had a stable shot. I wouldn't have taken that shot unless I had something to rest up against. And there's also all that brush in the way. So it was not a... It was a good... fun stuff. But it wasn't it.
There's a deer out in the field, he's here. Right, like to the left, right here. Oh, dear, yeah. And I think there's a couple up here. This one's facing away from us. Yeah. Just real slow, just one step at a time. Step and take a look, step and take a look.
We're setting up back at the first apple tree.
Hopefully something comes along, but we'll see. We've bumped a bunch of deer coming up here. We got close to one, but no luck. We've been sitting here for about an hour, hovering over the apple tree, and we saw 3 deer pop out across the meadow. And basically, as soon as they came out, they had their ears up. They're looking right towards us, and like they caught wind of us immediately, and then they scattered. So there must be some sort of slight breeze bringing our scent over there. So a little discouraging, because we need to form a new plan of attack. Clay's taking off. He's got to go drive Teague back, so he's gone for a few hours. I'll be posting up here by myself.
Look where the deer are.
Okay.
Step where the sticks are.
Oh my God. I must have just missed. It's a good clean shot. I must have just missed. I'm gonna go see if I hit it. I saw it run off that way, and then there was a couple other deer, turns out. Oh, I just thought that was the best shot, and gun was right on him. I don't know what happened. Moving right around here. At least it was a clean miss. I must have shot high. I think in the excitement, I pulled the trigger and I moved the gun as opposed to just slowly pulling it back, because there's a delay between when the primer struck and then the actual projectile comes out. So in that time, you can be moving around slightly, and I think that's what caused me to miss. At least it was a clean miss. Well, I don't think anything else is coming back here tonight, so I'm gonna head out.
Did you shoot one? Or
I shot at one.
yeah?
Yeah. It's it was pretty good. I was sitting in the same spot for 8 hours, but around 3:20 came around.
Yeah.
Deer started coming out. I saw one of them coming from right to left.
Yeah.
And I had enough time to set up.
Yeah.
And right before it went between the trees in the orchard, went "Bah!" and shot it, but I must have
Flinched a little bit.
And then I just saw it take off, and then I saw a few others. So I think I should have waited.
Are you sure you didn't hit?
I looked everywhere for blood. I looked at the exact spot.
Did you feel good about the shot, or you feel like you maybe flinched?
It's hard to tell, man. There was just so much that was happening in the moment. I felt like I was on it. I was looking down the sights. I saw it, and then I saw it through the sights, and I lined it up, and it ripped out of there as fast as anything could. And I looked quite a while, 15 minutes for blood, and I couldn't find any. What do you think?
I think we should probably go look again tomorrow.
Okay.
Blood can be hard to
Hard to
find,
find. Yeah.
especially with a round ball.
Right.
Oh yeah, much more tender too.
Simmer them for a few more hours. Cut it up, and we'll put it on we'll fry up some tortilla wraps.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, here we go. Get the meat on there. Yes.
Leftover elk ribs from last night, cut up into a delicious fajita wrap.
That's pretty good camp food right there now.
Yes, sir. So good. I might have a third.
We got plenty. And s'mores.
And s'mores.
Well, I mean, if you want me to show you how to make the s'mores, I'm going to show you how to do it the right way.
All right, show me.
You got to put the graham cracker somewhere that it's going to warm up your chocolate. Otherwise, you have a cold piece of chocolate. So we're going a little more modern today with the Reese's cup. The real ticket is you gotta brown it.
Yeah.
It's properly toasted marshmallow. Do I have any in my mustache?
No. I just keep playing that scenario over in my head. You know, I'm waiting there all day, and then like all of a sudden these ghosts come out of the woods. These like these deer, and I had to be like so silent, and I had to like all the training and all like the prep had to come into this like this moment.
Yeah.
And it was like the ultimate stakes, right? It was like a life of an animal and food for myself to feed me,
Yeah.
and hopefully my family, you know. And it was exhilarating. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's one of the most difficult things I think for people to wrap their head around. Even people who do this, people who hunt, is the juxtaposition of loving an animal and then wanting to take its life.
Yeah.
It's a very hard thing to understand. You know, the way I look at it is it's not the individual animal that I love, like I love my dog, you know.
Absolutely.
It's more the species, the whole, you know. Like I love deer. I just love deer in general.
Yeah.
An individual deer is, you know, insignificant to the population.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we eat.
So I didn't want to tell you what to do, but you made the best call. So that would have been, I mean, that deer was 45 yards. You could have shot him offhand. I mean, he was right there. But, you know, we've got this other deer up here, and there's a question, like, we don't know if you hit her or not.
I know. We gotta do what's right. We gotta go find the other deer first and make sure that I either hit it or I missed. And we're not gonna shoot at anything until we figure that out. So
That would have been a give me, though.
alright, well we made it back to the spot where it was yesterday. Orchard's right there. The apples are right there. I'm just gonna point out to Clay where I shot him and we're gonna start looking.
All right. So when she came in, I'm guessing she came down this trail.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And so she was facing downhill.
Yep.
You shot, and then she took off back in that direction.
Kinda up that way.
Looking for hair. I would like to find the exact spot she was standing, because I mean, when they really wheel, they'll dig in like that. Could put us on the right track.
Back at the apple orchard, we've been looking around for an hour, 2 hours now. No sign of blood, no sign of tracks, no sign of a deer body anywhere. We've been out scouring the area for quite a while and couldn't find anything. So to conclude, I missed.
We're still hunting right now. We're just walking around. We bumped a deer a little bit earlier. Not close enough for a shot. I just saw another one. So they're around and maybe we're bumping them from their beds. But yeah, seeing if we can see one within our range before we post up for the evening hunt. So there's another apple tree just over here. And we're trying to figure out the best way to set up a blind, set up a place where we're gonna sit still tonight. So when the deers come out, we'll have an opportunity at them. We also don't want to get too close to the apple tree. We don't want to get our scent everywhere. So
This is an okay place. I think I like the location. The wind is going to be going down. If they come off this, if they come from behind you down here, you're going to have to shoot them like right here before they get down here. Because if they get down here, they're going to cross your wind before they get to the apple tree. So right, that's your shot right there if they come from behind.
I have a feeling that we'll see some deer tonight. But whether we're in the right spot and whether we get a shot, that's another story.
Well, we've been out here, we've been sitting in this spot for 2 hours. It's too dark for me to see down the sides, so we're gonna start heading back. Agua.
Look at all that pork fat, man.
I guess you thought I was a better shot than I actually was.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Flintlocks, they definitely take some getting used to.
Yeah.
But we still got a few days. I think we can get it done.
I think so too.
Been seeing lots of deer. Been getting close to deer.
Today, we would have got that deer.
The spike? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He was like 40 yards. I think I might could have got him with a bow. Spikes are like the perfect deer. They're naive and they have just enough testosterone coursing through their veins that it makes them completely stupid.
Oh, pig fat is good. It's the best. And you cooked as well. All right, we're up. It's like probably 10 to 6. I've been up sipping coffee for about an hour, just getting our coffee filling. But we're gonna head back to the apple tree where we've had most of our luck and try to get there before first light. That's the goal.
You got this, little guy.
It's just after 6. We're heading back out. We got the gun nice and clean. Rain's starting to come down. We're gonna have snow this afternoon, but I'm feeling confident.
We just saw an owl. That's a good omen. All right, we're back at the first apple tree. Just waiting.
So we've been out here since 6:30. It's now 9. It's supposed to be, cold in the rain throughout the midday. We're gonna head back to camp, warm up, maybe get some grub in, come back out here for the evening hunt. The way this thing works, we stuff powder down in here with a wad and then the bullet that all gets stuffed down in here into the end. Then we fill this little pan up with flash powder and there's a little hole that leads to the chamber. And then you close that pan there And when you pull the trigger, that flint, this rock, makes a little spark. And that'll ignite the flash pan, sending the fire flame into the chamber, shooting the bullet at the end. One of the hardest parts of shooting the flintlock is that there's a delay between when you pull the trigger and when the flint sparks the powder to ignite the black powder to shoot the projectile out. So you have to have real steady aim. Couple that with the fact that these are iron sights, a real primitive way of aiming the gun. It makes for a real difficult shooting experience. These are the iron sights. Deer. Yeah, it was definitely very stable, and I feel like holding my breath really helps. Yeah.
You hit about that far up from the bottom edge of that rock.
Yeah, okay, so 2 inches above the, yeah. Well, I was in very ideal conditions and I was shooting at a rock and not a live animal, so it was a little easier. And we definitely shot a whole bunch of rounds before we came out here. I probably shot 15, 20 rounds and was pretty confident in my abilities, but when it comes to actually game time, it's a different story.
You got coffee boiling.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Had a nice easygoing afternoon back at camp, ate some food, took a nap. It's about 1 o'clock, we're gonna head back out for the evening hunt.
All right, the plan now is we got a little bit of time before the deer start coming out. So Clay is down there somewhere. He's gonna try to push them up here. And if there's any there, I'll be in position to hopefully shoot one. If not, Clay's got an orange hat on, so I'll be able to see him quite clearly. Back round 4, 5, 6. I don't know. This one's it though.
Fun yet?
This is great. At least I can make noise without the deer hearing me now. Right on her shoulder, but aim low. Don't move. That's what I was afraid of. I think that's the bug. Just let him walk out. If you have a clear shot at him when he turns broadside, shoot that bug if you want.
took like 3 to 5 business days to come out, man. Whew, I don't think I hit him.
You don't think so?
No, dude, it took. Did you see how long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I was like nice and still, and then it just burned for like a solid 2 seconds before it shot out, and I was already like blind by the fuse. Oh, man, that was intense. And that first one, dude, I had it all lined up, and I like had my breath. I was so stable, and then the flint went down, and it just nothing happened. That would have been. That was it. Like it was perfect. I was so stable.
Are you like certain you were off that deer?
I have no idea, man. It was burnt. I was lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
Like it was a good shot, but it was burning for so long, and so I couldn't even see by the time it actually fired. So I'm freaking freezing.
While we got some daylight, I just wanna. I mean, I watched him run all the way around there, so, we're not going to bump him by going down here. Let's just go see if we can see some blood or anything. We've been sitting through a lot of, like, really wet weather, and just got a little bit of moisture down in that pan, worked its way down in the flash hole, caused a complete misfire on the first one and a 2-second hang fire on the second one. So
deer came around here, got spooked by us. I think it smelled us because it was downwind of us, ran away, and then we were hanging out here, and then 3 more deer came along, and one came in within range, and I had amazing sight on it, super confident. I was aiming low and let off a shot. I felt so stable, it felt perfect. And then because there was moisture from earlier, the flint went down, hit the lock, and burned up the ignition powder, but it didn't burn into the chamber. So those 2 deer ran off, but one of the deers remained. I think it was like some sort of small buck, and we waited around for that buck to come out, and I had another good shot at it. It was nice and lined up, and when I went to shoot, it took like a full second or so for it to actually ignite the powder, and by that point I was blind, and I have no idea what happened because it all was burning up in my face. I don't know. I thought it was a good shot, but it was hard to tell after it took so long for the actual primer to strike and for the powder to get ignite and shoot out. We scattered out the area for a good little while, and no sign. I don't think I hit it. It was like a solid second or more from when I pressed the trigger to when the projectile came out. I think at that point I think the deer was already in a different state. So no luck today. I felt like my aim was on, and I was nice and clear-headed, and it just didn't line up.
When the weather isn't perfect with flintlocks, you really just have to be super, super diligent about making sure, because all it takes is 1/2 a drop of water to get in that flash hole, and that's game over.
So Clay hung this meat up on this line here like 5 days ago. It smells fine. Oh yeah? God knows why he did this. But he seems to know what he's doing, so we're gonna cut him up and this is dinner. What was this? Is this a buffalo not a buffalo, this is an elk you shot?
That's Teague's elk. He cut it, and he was making jerky and didn't have enough room on the drag.
Oh, I see.
So it just kind of set out in the barn.
Okay, so this is barn elk. This is a 3-week-old barn elk. That's been hanging on a line for the last 4 days. Interesting. I was sent this by my buddy over at Walker Knives.
So just want to say thank you. Barn elk.
Dude, this is excellent.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, things didn't exactly line up the way we were hoping on this trip. I did get a couple chances, and you know what, the chances didn't come to fruition. I blew a few, and some others were blown due to the technology of the weapon. And I think all of that ultimately was my fault. Shooting my first deer with Flintlock would just feel right. You know, so awesome once again to get out here with my buddy Clay. Dude has absolute crazy outdoor skills, and he has such a tenacity for hunting. The dude's a genius and such a great person. If you guys haven't checked out Clay's channel, go check it out. I'll put it up somewhere. Anyways, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Homeward, Clay.